what if one person who liked your social media post, like if you got one closing a month from that, I wouldn't be mad about an extra 12 closings a year because only one person per month liked my stuff and I had an opportunity to pique their interest and have conversations with them. Hey friends, I'm Rosemary Lewis, your homegirl, and I'm so excited that you are here. I do not care what it looks like on Instagram or HGTV. This whole being a realtor thing is not for the faint at heart. In 2017, I quit my job as a teacher to follow my real estate dreams and quickly found myself overwhelmed and struggling. Fast forward to today, not only have I been recognized as one of the leaders in our industry, I have actually grown a business that I absolutely love. I don't care if you're a brand new agent trying to figure out how to get started or a veteran feeling overwhelmed and just stuck. I was just like you and I totally get it. Many times I wish there was someone that I could just talk to about all the challenges I was facing. And that is why I created this space just for you. Like best friends do, I'm giving you all the tea related to navigating and thriving in these real estate streets. If I can do it, guess what? That's proof that you can too. Everything's better with friends, so let's succeed together. Welcome to the Real Estate Bestie podcast. Well, hello there, besties. Welcome to episode number 166. Because we are going to talk about here is why you must be posting content in growing your real estate business. So do not click off. Do not click off on me because you don't like social media. You don't like all blah, 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 blah. Listen, I am going to really, I hope, break some stuff down and make things attainable for you, right? Not over your head, just really actionable steps. And we are going to get into it. But before we do, listen, y'all already know the deal. First of all, God bless you. I appreciate you being here and on the Real Estate Bestie podcast, for consuming me, for sharing me to your friends, your other real estate besties. We are growing every single week, and I know that it's only because of you. And a way that you can help us grow, like seriously, I'm not gonna give you a long speech about it, but if you could just go ahead and hit that share button, and it's like a little arrow wherever you're listening to this, physically share it to your social media and tag me, the Real Estate Bestie. I promise that I will reshare your tag on my social media, because what that does is it lets the people in your database, first of all, it lets the people, let's just talk about your potential buyers and sellers. It lets them know that while everybody else is out here listening to music and all this stuff, no. You are commuting to and from your appointments. You are walking down the street. You are doing laundry, whatever you're doing, you are growing in your professional capacity as a real estate agent. And it just makes you look okay, look, I see her, she always learning and stuff. And that is super duper dope. But it also lets the other real estate agents that you know that probably haven't found us yet, it lets them know that we are here. Okay. So definitely share it to your social media. And then while you at it, you already sharing, so you might as well leave a quick little 5-star review and a few words wherever you listen to the podcast. Okay. So I'm done with this. Let's talk about our topic for today on here is why you must be posting. So before I even get into this, I do want to say this because I actually saw this in a Facebook group recently where someone's like, please tell me, is there somebody who, has a real estate business, a successful real estate business that is not posting to social media regularly, because I absolutely hate it. And, of course you get all different type of responses. So let me talk to y'all about something that's on my heart real quick. Okay. Is that, do I think it's possible? And do I know agents who are not on social media every single second of the day and they have successful businesses? Yes, we know that does exist. Okay. However, for those of us who are looking to build business, to automate, to generate some leads that start to come to you organically, social media can be such a gift, but I completely understand if you need to put boundaries around it, if you don't love it. And we're just going to talk about just some really simple ways to show up. And even myself, right, I am implementing some things. And I feel like this is a continual thing because this is going to be testimony service real quick. Y'all, there are some times where I feel legit addicted to my phone. And the way that I have to like break that addiction is I like have to cease contact. Okay. So it's not uncommon for me to get off social media, like delete the apps off of my phone. Like I have a dummy phone. So I will leave some apps on my Facebook and Instagram. Those are my two choice vices right there. I will leave those on the dummy phone and put it away. And the phone that I'm carrying with me every single day, I will have to get off of it because we do have to have boundaries. And unfortunately, like the phone has us so connected yet so disconnected with the people that we really should be doing life with. So I completely understand it. Even for myself, I know that there has to be like some limits around the way that I am consuming and even showing up. Okay. There is just so much. Like I actually am going to link to a podcast that my coach did about breaking away from her phone. And her business is a little bit different. Like we have a business where we are usually using our phone to prospect because she doesn't just talk about social media, but she actually talks about like just having some time in your day that you are not on your phone because our phones are like ruling us right now. I think it's a good listen. I think it's a good listen to, and I will share that with you. But here's the thing. There are definitely, once you have your limits in place, like I don't want you all to use this as an excuse not to show up on social media because social media is honestly such a great way to promote your business for free, right? It's a great way to get in front of the people that you would like to do business with and for them to remember that you are their go-to real estate bestie. And listen, just this week, let me tell you something. When I first wrote what this podcast was going to be about, no lie, I thought about my last week. In my last week, I got 3 different referrals directly from social media. And I'm going to explain to you even what I mean by that, okay? One person is purchasing at $400,000. One person is selling at $800,000 and another person is selling at $800,000. And then right before I hit this podcast, there's somebody who met me on social media who called me. They're relocating and their budget for purchasing is going to be between $400,000 and $500,000. So that's literally in the last 8 days. I can point directly to activities that I have done on these platforms that have brought over $2 million in business into my pipeline within the past 7 days. Now, I promise you, I'm not saying that to brag. What I am saying, and you're going to see in a second why I'm not bragging, but what I am saying is that showing up on these social forums positions you as the authority and it helps to attract the business that you want to work with, right? Because each one of these like different people that reached out to me, I'm absolutely delighted. Like I'm not going to have a conversation about buyer's agents commission. I'm not going to have, well, I will have the conversation, but it won't be a fight, right? It's not a fight. Like 2 of them, I've already taken the listings. There was no drama with the commission. Nobody asked me to reduce because I know that I won their trust on social media. And I'm going to share with you exactly, okay, this is going to be a tactical one, exactly what we did to do that. So first things first, I think that sometimes we show up to the Instagram, the TikTok, and the Facebook and not really having a purpose on why we are showing up. And quite honestly, let me just tell you something. You are a marketer. And as a marketer, what we are looking to do continually is to address the fact that somebody out here has a problem. And guess what? We are the answer to your problem, right? And go refer back to a couple podcasts. We talked about the 8 Ds of real estate. There is always going to be a reason why people need to buy or sell. We will link that in the show notes. And our job is to be continually communicating and not just once, because the reality is that like a very small percentage of your followers actually see your content. So you have to be putting it out there continually, saying the same messages. But we need to continually be sharing how we are the ones to solve these problems, okay? And you can do that in a couple of ways, right? We can educate and inform people, and we can entertain people on the internet. And I think that there should be, a balance of both, a balance of the education and information, and a balance of the entertainment where, we are speaking the same language. So let me tell you about something that I have been doing. Okay. I have been going back to making sure that I'm showing up in long form content on my Facebook page at least once per week, where I am just informing, right? And I'm kind of funny, so I be entertaining them even when I'm on that part. But go with me here. So I've been showing up and I've been talking about, the ADs of real estate. Honestly, a lot of stuff that I talk to you about on the podcast, I'm just talking about it, but I'm positioning the conversation differently for the audience that's there. Because on Facebook, whereas I have a lot of realtors that follow me, that's truly where my sphere of influence is. And I'm having the same conversations in a different way. So, one day I went on and I talked about just different areas. I've talked about property taxes. I've gone on and I've talked about like home maintenance stuff. Nothing too crazy, but just literally going on and having these conversations. So y'all, let me walk you through how these deals have come to my life here recently. So I was on the internet and I think I was talking about the fact that because of affordability, I'm having conversations with a lot of clients about moving a little bit further out. And I shared a true life experience about when my husband and I, when we built the house that we live in now, when I first went to that area, I thought it was like the boondocks. Like I was like, oh my God, was that a tumbleweed? Yeah, it was. And there's a cow. I'm never moving this far. But I'm so happy that we did, because you have to kind of see where the growth is going. So I shared a personal story about how myself and my clients have found that, something that may feel rural today is in the center of everything tomorrow. And this is, I encourage people, like, if for affordability, if you are needing, or, it seems like all of your options are way out there, ain't gonna be way out there for too long, right? And literally on this video that I was doing, there was one person who commented, and this person who commented, no lie, friends, I have been prospecting this person. They have stopped picking up my phone calls since about 2018. Now, I want you to go ahead and do the math. I don't know when you're listening to this podcast, but if you're listening to it on today, or as I am releasing it, it's 2024. So we're talking 6 years that this person has been in my database, but something about what I said on that video struck a chord. They responded to a comment. As soon as I was off live, I gave her a call. She texted me back and said that, she was at work. She would give me a call later. Long story short, we have a buyer's rep signed, and we saw a house on yesterday that I'm pretty sure we're going to write an offer on, right? But it came from the social media video. Do you see what I'm saying? Speaking to me, if I wasn't willing to show up and inform, right, and to educate, to share a real life story, then I probably would have missed out. And let me tell you something that's very interesting there, is that this person kind of felt like since it had been a good amount of time since we initially had the conversation and they still hadn't purchased, like once we actually got on the phone, I spent a good deal of time just kind of making them comfortable to know, like, oh, they felt like they were wasting my time, and they almost would have went to a builder or went with another realtor of embarrassment, thinking that they were embarrassed that they didn't do anything with me sooner. Do you know how mad I would have been? Like, I wouldn't have known, because they weren't enough in my database that I would have known unless they posted like a closing photo. But that one video changed everything. And now took 6 years, right? It took 6 years of them consuming content, of showing up consistently. But now our team has the pleasure of helping their family. Okay, here's the next one. In my neighborhood Facebook group, okay? And just in general, so I'm showing up in general on Facebook, but I'm also showing up pretty consistently in my neighborhood Facebook group. And I break this down. If you're a part of Real Estate Bestie Academy, that's the course that we launch a couple times a year. Or if you are part of coaching, I literally break down exactly what we do in these groups to attract leads, to create relationships with neighbors. And I literally had a neighbor the day after these other people finally, signed a buyer's representation agreement. I had a neighbor send me a message, and in short, they said, yeah, we about to be out. Texas was cool, but we feel like God is calling us to a new season. And this is a Facebook Messenger message, right? I don't have their phone number. They didn't have my phone number. And we feel like God is calling us to a new season. And as a result, we are looking to move here. Oh, and by the way, my mama moving too. So we both got to sell our houses. What? And listen, I should read y'all the text message, but the message pretty much said, I have been watching and following you for X amount of years. And this is somebody who, again, I've seen at like some little functions that I had at my house and stuff like that. But she was like, I know what you're all about. Keep posting, keep showing up on social media, because I knew that if we were to ever move, I didn't expect to move now, but I knew if we were to ever move, you would be the person, because I'm clear on who you are and what you stand for. And if we weren't posting on the social media, she couldn't be clear on it. You see what I'm saying? So showing up like that will have people find you. And then finally, one of the besties hit me up, y'all. One of the besties hit me up, a real estate bestie that I met briefly a couple years ago. And now she and I have become Facebook friends. So that is how we have stayed connected with social media platforms like YouTube and me showing up on Facebook again. Her family is moving out here, and it's like, yeah, we're going to go with you, Rosemary. Like, no questions asked. Like, let's go. I trust you fully. And all of that has come from showing up on social media. Okay. So this is why you have to post content, because you never, ever know who's looking. And I just want to back it up, because I know that there might be somebody here that's like, nobody look at my stuff. Okay. We all started off with 0 followers, then 1 follower, then 2, then 100. There are there are some things that I post that get crickets, but then you get that one person that leave a comment, or that one person that wink. Now you got to be a little bit of a ninja, right? And you got to know how to follow up. And again, these are things that we teach in coaching, but you have to know how to follow up with value. And that opens the door to opportunity. So I don't want you to be frustrated, right? If only one person, if only 5 people, if only 10 people are liking or even commenting on your things, because what happens is the more consistent you are, first of all, the algorithm don't be showing your stuff to everybody. That's number one. So the more consistent you are, the more you're engaging, the more you will be put out there. But listen, what if one person who liked your social media post, like if you got 1 closing a month from that, I wouldn't be mad about an extra 12 closings a year, because only 1 person per month liked my stuff and I had an opportunity to pique their interest and have conversations with them. So this is why you must be posting. Okay, so what are we going to inform them and educate them about? Okay, love this. And look, I kind of have a little frog in my throat, so excuse me if my voice is going in and out. So honestly, anything, right? Get clear on who your ideal client is, and make sure that you are thinking through how to speak directly to him or her. But y'all, I don't want you to overthink it, right? So the best place to start is like, don't show up boring. Like, I'm not going to show up and be like, Frisco, Texas is the most wonderful place to live. I'm going to show up like eating a taco at the taco truck that just opened up at the taco food park in Frisco. And I'm going to talk about how bomb it is to live in an area, and then keep it going from there, right? So you can show up as the market expert, and market expert does not mean I'm going to spew market facts out to you, like how much the home sold for, but like, what do you know about the area? When is HEB coming? What are they building down the street? What are the schools like, right? Where do you go to get, like somebody asked in the Facebook group the other day, like, where do you go to get decent Tex-Mex, right? What are the things that people are curious about in the different areas that you can consistently show up as an expert, an authority in that conversation where they're going to remember you. Okay. And then also, okay, what would be helpful? What's helpful information? So like, if I am like, let's just say I'm riding through my neighborhood and I notice that the street is blocked off, I might make a Facebook post. Hey, anybody going down Wells Street, it's blocked off today. Take an alternate route, right? Because what that is, like, they see my name. They're seeing my name as a contributor over and over. And those are the type of things that you can share. And I do not want you to overthink it. Okay. And then of course, educate them, like, what builders are coming, like, what is the price point? What can I get? Like, one thing that always gets clicks is like, what can I get for X amount of dollars in this city, right? So homes with pools under 500,000. Click here for a link, a list of those things. But also, like, can you tell the story? If you are going to show a house, can you take a picture of a backyard and tell the story of imagining being out here with your families, or why your last family chose a pool, or why they chose to live in this neighborhood or something like that. So you actually get to tell a story, and that, my friend, is entertaining, right? We're not just showing up to say, hey, who do you know that wants to buy or sell? Anytime you think of real estate, think of me. I'm in my car every day, and I thank God for my car insurance. But every time I think of insurance, I don't think about my insurance broker, right? I don't think about them. But I do think about them. Like, you don't want to be that person that says, hey, every time you think of me, think of real estate, right? I want to be that person where every time they think of Frisco, Texas, they think of me. Every time they think of tacos or Costco or all of these other things that I'm showing up as an authority figure of, I want to continually stay top of mind. And social media is a gift that will allow you to do that. Okay. All right. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, right? You're scared to be on video. You're scared that, someone's going to think ill of you if you continue to show up. You're scared. Like, all of these different reasons why you're scared to show up. And let me just tell you something. Whatever reason why you are saying that you're scared, just know that that's the story that you're choosing to tell yourself. If you choose to tell yourself, like, you know what, I can use this in the way that I want to. I can show up very authentically. I don't have to walk slow in Louboutins. Y'all know I'm never going to stop wearing that out. I don't have to show up inauthentically, but I can show up consistently, whatever consistently means to you. And I can tell my story, and I can inform my people. I can educate my people. Then just do that, right? I would think to myself, like for real, like, if I don't have young kids, but like, let's just say my kids were 4 and 5. I would always talk about, like, what I'm doing to keep them occupied. Like, what am I doing for my mommy sanity, right? Where are the cute splash pads, right? Which swim diaper is the best? Like, how can you show up and serve exactly from what you know? Like, not creating something brand new, but I can show up, I can serve, I can share and connect with y'all and help you based on what I know. It would be gold. It would be gold. So this is a short and sweet episode because I literally just wanted to take some time to tell you why you should be posting content. Why? Because at the end of the day, there can be a lot of business there, but you also can, again, solidify yourself as like the mayor of the city, right? Like, you can be the expert, you can be the go-to person. And one thing that I love, like, y'all, this is like literally when it comes to clients, and not even clients, when it comes to clients, but when it also comes to people that I have not had the opportunity to yet serve as their real estate agent, one of the best compliments I get is when they ask my opinion about something totally unreal estate related, but related. So like, when they send me a message like, hey, what should we do for date night? Or, hey, I went to Costco and I thought about you. Or, I went and I tried this movie theater, or I tried this thing that you told us about. Or, what do you think about this builder? Because we were thinking about going over there. Like, I know that they got that information because of what I have fed them on social media. So don't be afraid to be in that position of authority and share what you know. Okay. Alrighty. Well, I hope that this was helpful for you. I hope that you are encouraged to get outside of your own way and get to posting some meaningful content. And then too, like, I want you to actually like do a check, because some friends, you are posting, but what you're posting really is like, hey, look at me, and it's not actually valuable to the people who are watching. So we probably can do a whole other podcast about that, but we'll come back to it. So again, I hope this was helpful. Do me a favor, share this, hit that share button, share with your real life real estate besties, share on your social media, and leave us a 5-star review. And I will talk to you soon. Bye, besties. If you enjoyed this episode and you have a real life bestie that you think it would resonate with, y'all, do me a favor. Go ahead and hit that share button, because you know what? We are better together. Make sure you share the podcast, and I appreciate your reviews. I appreciate you giving me 5 stars more than you know. I'll talk to you next week.